Welcome to the second part of the previous lecture, that is the branches of the botany. We continued with this one. Some of the branches we have already done. Now the remaining one is discussed in this part. Morphology. It relates to the study of the visible morphological features such as appearance, color, shape, form, structure of the organism. Morphology explains structure, life cycle, and reproduction of organism, which in turn envisages their origin, development, and possible relationships. The expert is called plant morphologist. Mycology, the study of the fungi. It is the study occurrence, morphology, morphological structure, nutrition, reproduction, ecology, cultivation, and economic value of fungi. The scientist is known as mycologist. Paleobotany, botany of the past era. Fossil plants. It is the study of the taxonomy, morphology, structure, and environment of fossilized plants. It tells about the past ancestors and environment of the present-day plants. The scientist is known as paleobotanist. Paleontologist, paleozoologist, all these are comparable words with this. Phycology, also called algology, because it is the study of the algae, their distribution, their taxonomy, their economic importance, all is dealt within the subject of the phycology. The scientist is called phycologist or algologist. Phylogeny, the study of the relationship of the organism, telling you the phylogeny relationships, the parenthood, light knowledge regarding the organism in the light of the knowledge regarding relationship among them, and the component structure is called phylogeny. Phytogeography, also known as plant geography. Plant geography, as the geography, is the study of the distribution and grouping of plants on Earth or within a habitat, within a certain area, within a certain country, with respect to their adaptations and climatic conditions, is called phytogeography. It is the study of the geography of the plants. The scientist is known as geographer or phytogeographer. Plant anatomy or histology. This is also an important field which is related to the internal structure of the plant tissues. It is microscopic study of aggregation of the cells forming different tissue systems and organs, and the plant is known as the scientist is known as plant anatomist or histologist. Then there is another general name, biochemistry. Biochemistry is if we study it in the plant, then it would be plant biochemistry, or it would be animal biochemistry, human biochemistry, or some other kind of biochemistry. Biochemical processes are there. Since we are dealing with the plants, so we would say plant biochemistry. It deals with the biochemistry of the biological processes of plants, such as chemical composition, metabolism, nutrition, energetics, enzyme function, transfer of genetic information, cellular transferation of energy, and molecular organization of the organism. This deals with the respiration, photosynthesis, digestions, scent of sap. All these things, they are coming under this category. The scientist is known as plant biochemist, simply biochemist, medical biochemist. It could be any subject dealt with. Plant ecology. Ecology is also an everyday science. It is a science of interaction with its environment. It deals with the mutual relationship of the organisms and their communities with its physical environment and various interactions among themselves. Light, soil, temperature, water, rainfall, wind, erosion, biological interactions are all ecological factors. In fact, it is a everyday science. Whatever we are doing, if we are crying, we are doing ecological act. If we are listening, we are doing ecological act. If we are eating something, we are doing ecological act. If we are throwing something, making pollution, it would be an ecological act. If we are making our water worst by polluting it, this would be an ecological act. So everything, even when we eat, eating is a ecological act because it is a process in the food chain. In case of plant, it would be termed as plant ecologist, animal ecologist, forest ecologist, or riverian ecologist, desert ecologist. Genetics, everybody knows it is a science of heredity. How uh, some characters they are transferred from the parents to the offspring in plants, in animals, in human beings. It explains, genetics explains the mechanism and laws governing the transmission of hereditary characters, structural and functional attributes of individual organisms to their offspring. The scientist is called genetist. Plant pathology. Pathology, in a simple, as a common word, it could be human pathology, animal pathology, plant pathology. Disease pathology, the condition is known as, the process is known as pathogenicity. So, in this case, since we are dealing with the plant, it is the study of the various aspects of pathogenic organism. Pathology of plants would always mean pathogenic organisms, study of the pathogenic. Those organisms that could be insect, that could be fungus, that could be virus, and diseases that harms the plants. That would be pathology. The scientist is known as plant pathologist. Then there is another thing, physiology. That is the respiratory process, photosynthesis process, uptake of water, transpiration. These are all physiological processes, even in human, in animal. So it is concerned with the fundamental functions of the life itself and its vital activities and the biochemical processes required by performed by living organism for self-maintenance. The mechanisms, the processes such as respiration, food synthesis, yeah, but photosynthesis, transpiration, take up of the water, excretions, mineral absorption, reproductive processes are all physiological processes. Every organism has its own physiological requirement. In case we are dealing with the plant, it would be termed as plant physiologist, animal physiologist, human physiologist, or simply a physiologist. Urologist is a physiologist. Plant taxonomy. Taxonomy is probably is the oldest branch of botany that came from the primitive man at a time when he distinguished useful, harmful plants. When he distinguished the food plants, animal plants, fodder plants, that was a kind of a taxonomy in which plants were divided into different groups. It deals with the identification, naming, classification of plants. This has led to the natural classification, which is based on actual relationship by origin and supported by concept of organic evolution. The person is known as plant taxonomist. If you are dealing in zoology, then that would be animal taxonomist. Soil people, they are termed as soil taxonomist. So, classification of plants, classification of animal, classification of soils, or any other things. They are known, they are done by taxonomists. Plant tissue culture. This deals with the production, development, difficult to germinate or propagate plants through in vitro culturing method using tissues from any part of plants such as pollen, flower, seed, stem, leaves, of roots. These small baby plants produced in a test tube or flask are then transplanted to the part or field. This field is known as tissue culturist. The person is known as tissue culture and the person is known as tissue cultures. This is a kind of plant biotechnology also. Another field with the population biology. Organisms, individuals of the same species, they are termed as population. So, when we study the biology of the population or a part of the population, then this would become population biology. That is biology of pines, biology of elephants, biology of uh, animals. So, this field, biologist, population biologist does it. Teridology. Teridology is the branch of botany which deals with the distribution, taxonomy, reproduction, ecology, thales, and all physical or biological processes of the ferns or of the pteridophytes. The scientist is termed as called as teridologist. Reproductive botany. This is another field which more specifically deals with the reproductive processes of the plants. It is related aspect to termed as reproductive botany. The endocrinology in human being is reproductive botany. Virology, the study occurrence, habitat, structure, taxonomy, distribution, reproduction, and the related aspects is termed as virology. The scientist is called plant virologist or animal virologist or general virologist. That is, last 2 years we had coronavirus, so virologists were busy in combating that disease. Thank you very much for the listening, and we would like to invite questions from you, suggestions from you for further improvement. Thank you very much.